All right, YouTube. We late this week and apologize, but things came up. But it is Sunday, which means that last Friday SmackDown happened, and we're here to talk about it.
Call me Easy E, baby.
Easy. Uh,
All right, little Eric Bischoff.
are you watching that LFG show on A&E at all?
I love that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Bischoff's I think is gonna be in the next one.
Yeah, I got up like the last, so I haven't watched. I watched the first two. I really like it.
Yeah, I only saw the first two either. I saw an article that Bischoff was gonna be there. He had like the NWO shirt, and it's like he's gonna make a faction. I think they're gonna teach him how to do factions or something.
Yeah, I like Bully Ray. He's been doing good on there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bully's been. I'm surprised with the Undertaker too a little bit. Not gonna lie,
Mhm.
but all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start this on the top. Again, this is just,
All right.
um. I'll keep the intro as is. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I cut away from that, but so we so we open with everybody showing all the superstars showing up, including Drew McIntyre, who sees Damian Priest and attacks him from behind and says, "What did you think was going to happen?" I thought this was pretty good. That's all we saw between the two of them that night. Interesting thing.
Yeah. My thoughts is just um I prefer what's his name? Not Drew,
Heel
the other guy.
Priest.
Yeah, I prefer heel Priest for sure. Him in the Judgment Day was really getting over for me. I preferred heel McIntyre too, especially when it was him and Punk going at it. But he's being portrayed right now, a whiny bitch, and I don't like it. I liked him more as a badass, kind of comedy. Uh, Not comedy, but he made me laugh sometimes when he was going after CM Punk.
Hmm.
So
Well, we might
miss,
that this feud's just starting. We might get some of that Drew in the future. You never know.
yeah, we'll
Um,
see.
he was kind of perking up a smile earlier, so he obviously thinks he's hilarious. But the show starts all completely out with Randy Orton coming out and says John Cena is a bottom to the Rock, bringing on a whole new meaning of the Rock bottom. I thought that was a great line. I popped hard for it.
Yeah, I had to do like a double take. Did he really just say that?
He
And
broke the
then I
fourth
popped.
wall too, looking into the camera, which was made it even better. Like,
uh, Like I was like, he said what I think he just fucking said. That's kind of what happened.
yeah.
So
So he
yeah,
moves
it
on.
was
And he
good.
says, "Huh? Go ahead. Sorry.
It was good.
Good shit."
Good segment.
Um, he moves on and says he respects Kevin Owens as the wrestler, but as a man, not so much. And last Saturday, the voices in his head was saying, "Show everybody that Pat McAfee is the second best punter in the WWE." I thought that was pretty good too.
Yeah,
Orton's just on
yeah, that
something.
was.
Orton tonight was just making me
Yeah.
laugh with a lot of his stuff. We'll get to
Hmm.
some more later, but yeah, like you know. Um, so basically he was just saying at some point he's gonna punt Kevin Owens' head off. So I'm looking forward to see what happens with that. After that we see Tiffany Stratton challenging Piper Niven because she's just I guess annoyed with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven interrupting. I guess they really just like a out of nowhere match really. Um, that match comes up right away after they show us that because that happened earlier in the night. Um, lots of oh, I hate spell check on phones. Lots of tie ups and headlocks. Stratton hits a big drop kick followed by a flip over the rope for a two. Niven then throws Tiff out and takes control. We come back from commercial and Tiff has control again. hits her flipping elbow in the corner, followed with a basement drop kick for a 2. Niven regains control, but Tiff gets her down, hits a swanton bomb, goes for a pin, gets a 2 again. Niven hits a big boss slam for a 2. I thought that was actually a pretty good big boss slam. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
It was.
Piper Niven goes for a splash and misses, and Tiff hits the prettiest moonsault for the 3. After the match, Charlotte Flair attacks from behind and locks her into the figure 8, making a huge statement. Thoughts?
First of all, thoughts is the only thing I could think about at that match was the hideous outfit Charlotte Flair was wearing.
Agreed. The
I
boots
mean, I
were
know
ugly as fuck.
what is she doing? Like,
They were ugly as sin.
I was too surprised by how ugly she looked. What are you doing? She's a beautiful, but I did not appreciate that outrageous outfit. And but I thought the match, low key, it was decent for me. There was some good spots in it. That moonsault to end it was phenomenal. Kind of figured that was the way it was gonna happen. Surprised to see Charlotte lock in the figure 8, but it was good. It was a good way to, get. I mean, I'm not into the feud yet, so let's get it going. So here we go.
In my opinion,
Ramp it
the
up.
feud just now officially kicked off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the last couple of weeks, they were still kind of like, we don't know what we want to do yet, until like anything before Elimination Chamber, they didn't really know what they wanted to do yet. So they kind of left it in the open. Or
Charlotte
not really in
Flair
the
is gonna
open,
have
but
to. Yeah, she's gonna have to establish herself again too. Like, obviously, I love. I'm a Becky Lynch fan, and after I read the book, the Becky Lynch book, uh, I have a perspective on Charlotte now. She's kind of a bitch, and you don't like that Becky. I think Becky's kind of. I think she's the best female wrestler of all time. Like, I don't, and Charlotte, believe she is, and those two got some real beef, and part of her little "I'm the greatest" right now. That's how she really feels. Like she really feels she's the queen. That's partly her. She is royalty though. I mean, she's the son or the daughter of legendary Ric Flair. I get it.
yep.
She does got some flair to her. I appreciate that. But all right, put up now. Let me see what you got without the man here. Anywhere to be seen.
Right.
Charlotte in ring, like phenomenal. Like one of the best athletes I've ever seen.
She has a horrible moonsault though. Let's be real.
Yeah,
She has one of the worst. She's really good in the ring. Don't get me wrong. Very gifted. It's obviously in her blood, but her moonsault is always shit looking. Like,
doesn't she always
I'm
like
trying not to
land
cuss,
on
but
her
this is
feet?
how I feel about it. Like it's.
Yeah.
But it's funny you say she's got to establish herself. We'll get to that later. But after that, Nick Aldis explains the whole tag team fiasco with the board. I actually liked how he did this. He had the mark. He had
Yeah.
all the tag teams pictures. He had a marker, and he was going around explaining the whole thing. I feel like they should do this even with more with like some of the more not sophisticated, but like more not confusing either, complicated storylines. You know what I mean? Like I think
Yeah.
the Elimination Chamber episode, when we were talking about that, you were kind of confused about the Sammy and Kevin Owens storyline. What if the GM, like Pierce or Aldis, what if they did what he did on SmackDown? Would that have helped? Do you think?
Yeah, I'd rather see a segment like that versus tons of
Video with footage we see 3
reruns,
million times.
video footage, and bullcrap like that they use as fillers all the time. It drives me crazy.
Yep.
They use so much filling where they could do something like that and make it entertaining.
Because
Bring in our truth.
it also makes the general manager seem like they're actually paying attention to their show.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay,
Mhm.
here's the dilemma. Let me talk to you guys. This is going on. Da 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 da. I just think it makes. I think they should do it. I really think they should start doing that. especially storylines that's been going on for a while that you might forget bits and pieces. If Triple H is going to do that long term storytelling, I think he needs to add this to a lot of it. Not everyone, but some some of the ones that might be getting lost in the fray. But because of this, we learned that Los Garza and Pretty Deadly will and Motor City Machine Guns will have a triple threat for the #1 contender, and the Street Profits will face DIY for the titles next week.
Right.
So
the Street Profits are DIY. Oh yeah. So who did we see in the #1 contenders match again? It was
Motor City Machine Guns.
It was a 3-way. Yeah.
Los Garza, and then Pretty Deadly.
Yeah, I lost you for a second. I don't know why. My foggy brain. I was not happy with the ending of that match.
Well, let's get into it then, because we go straight into it. The triple threat.
Yeah.
So to start off, a couple of blind tags sets off chaos. Basically, different teams were tagging themselves in to get a different team out. They got and ended up just all brawling at the end of the day. Pretty Deadly gets thrown out shortly, followed by the Machine Guns, and Los Garza does a pair of moonsaults to the outside. Los Garza keeps the momentum, hits a huge knee, then Pretty Deadly blind tags in, hits a double team for a 2. Machine Guns get a tag after a beautiful dual DDT and face plant on Pretty Deadly. Everyone hits some big shots, springboard kicks, everything else. Motor Machine Guns go for their Skull and Bones finisher, but Pretty Deadly counter it, roll one up, and your new #1 contenders are Pretty Deadly. They're finally getting something going. Not my favorite team, but they haven't done anything, and now they're finally getting something going. That's all, good on them.
I mean, I don't know why you bring in you bring in the Motor City Machine Guns, you give them the titles night 1. Let them beat the bloodline. And what happened to them now? What are we doing losing like a triple threat match to Pretty Deadly?
Well, they got
why are we trying to put Pretty Deadly?
They keep getting cheated out if you think about it. They had they lost the titles originally because of a low blow when the ref's back was turned. Then every rematch somebody interfered. Really, this is the first match they've actually lost technically clean, but that's still a triple threat.
Yeah.
But that's basically it's they've been getting screwed. I wonder if they're going to turn heel themselves.
Or do they turn on each other?
I don't think they turn on each other.
No, they ever been up? I was recently scrolling through it. I seen in TNA Chris Sabin and AJ Styles in a X Division match. It's pretty dope. It was a match that AJ thought he was gonna kill himself in, but I was like, "Whoa, Chris Sabin, okay, he can go." I'm a Detroit guy, so if you put Detroit in anything, I'm gonna cheer for them.
Scott Steiner, Robin.
Oh yeah,
Rhino.
Yeah, sexy big Daddy Cool's from Detroit too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forget he is. I don't know why I keep forgetting he is, but
yeah, right. I like that. Okay. So yeah, that's just
So you didn't like how so who did you want to win then? Motor City?
Yeah, I want to see Motor City Machine Guns in there, but Pretty Deadly's got a little story going with
DIY,
DIY. So let's see
how it goes. I guess
I trust you.
So we turned our attention to the first big thing that happened at the Elimination Chamber, and I was excited to see this, but I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed in how it went. But let's and I'll explain why at the end. But let's go through it. Turn our attention to the Che Cargill situation. Bianca Belair comes out and she says she should be focused on WrestleMania, but can't because her friends are fighting. She doesn't believe Naomi did it, and she needs answers because she's being accused Naomi comes out with a fashion statement of a neck brace, man. I don't think I've ever seen a bejeweled neck brace before.
Yeah,
Matching too, like that outfit was matching it. Like, jeez,
yeah.
they talk. That's
Only
like a very
Naomi can make.
specific Amazon order.
Yeah, only Naomi can make that look that
Somewhat
good.
good, yeah. Um, she says it's not what it looks like and avoids the question. She says Jade has been piggybacking on Bianca. She's been forced to watch Jade soak up all that fame while she was pushed to the side. Doesn't care about Jade. She didn't want to say anything because every time she speaks up, people leave her. I thought that was interesting because it made you think of like the Sasha Banks and her when they left their
Yeah.
tag titles behind because they were getting screwed, you know. So I thought that that had merit. Um, she then admits to taking out Jade. She pulls this baby. Think of this. She pulls a Rikishi. I did it for The Rock. She says she did it for Bianca and them two. um,
Wasn't making a lot of sense.
yeah, not really. No. Uh, Bianca. This was a. This was actually like kind of surprisingly emotional. I thought it'd be something different, but it was very after school special. Is a better way I could
Mm,
explain it. Probably why I didn't really like it that much. Bianca leaves her in the ring. Naomi says everyone turns their back on her, and Bianca is an ungrateful bitch. Jade then arrives, looks at Bianca. Bianca just gives her like the okay look, like you do. Hey, she put it on herself. She goes after Naomi, puts her face in the table quite a few times, then in a turnbuckle pole, hits her finisher, laying Naomi out again. Walks away. I kind of liked Jade's
yeah,
outfit, by the way. That was pretty cool.
yeah, Jade,
White
the
with looks
white
like
and the
blood.
red
It was supposed to look like blood to
blood.
me,
Yeah,
but anyway.
yeah, it looked like blood.
What are your thoughts
Yeah,
on this
segment
segment?
was just it was just off for me. It was off. It did they did it. The acting was just terrible. Like they didn't make it believable for me. It was the after school special, just like you were saying. Just it, we all. I don't know. Like I don't. Why Jade was attacked doesn't make any sense. I did it for you. Like, is it jealousy? I guess you were jealous of
It
Jade.
was pure
I mean,
jealousy. That's all it was.
so just you're just jealous of Jade, and I guess you want to take her out and take her spot.
Because she was saying stuff
So now
like,
you,
Jade's piggybacking on you. I get shunned to the side and had to fight for my own glories while she was just hanging with you and getting everything. It's pure jealousy. That's what it was.
it wasn't very believable to me though.
No.
Like it just wasn't very like that she really felt that way. I mean, just didn't it wasn't believable to me. It's very low grade for me on that whole Bianca didn't even look right. Like the crying and just the emotion you put into it, too fabricated for me. It doesn't seem original. It doesn't seem organic. It just seems very Vince McMahonish, very
Yeah. Yeah. It felt
programmed, like a pushing it down our throat. Like, just this is what we're going with, and this is how we're gonna do it.
it almost
You know?
felt like the Superdome or whatever they called Thunderdome days when there was no crowd.
Yeah,
It's what it felt like.
yeah,
It just felt like the
yeah. There was
same awkwardness was what came over me, and the only thing I could think of
yeah.
was because it felt like it sounded like a after school special. So like maybe that's why it felt like that to me. But yeah, I enjoyed the beatdown, but other than that, like
Yeah,
it went too long.
seeing.
That's another problem with it. It really did go
Yep,
way too long, going too long.
yep.
And I think all that combined is what made it just, eh, you know.
It's kind of Being right.
Well, things pick up a little bit because Drew was interviewed after that, and he says he warned the WWE universe about John Cena. Obviously, there's a theme going on. People are putting out what they think about John Cena's turn. says the attack was warranted on Priest, and yeah, got nothing to gain now, so he's just gonna be straight up mean Drew again or something. Can't remember exact wording.
Yeah,
Um, after that, we see that Lex
Ruger.
Luger was put in the Hall of Fame. Is being put in the Hall of Fame. I thought that was pretty cool. He's one that deserves it for sure, especially everything he's been going. He does, man. Former 3-time WCW champion, I want to say, and I think he was a former WWF champion as well.
His in ring stuff, yes, 100% deserving. Out of ring, I'm not sure all the fans on the fence about it. I'm happy for him. Well deserved in the ring, but his, like, and he's okay, and it's more him talking about it has made me feel this way. Like, his consequences, there's consequences to your actions. What happened with Miss Elizabeth and all that stuff with him and the drugs and all that, that lives with you. Now, I am trying not to judge a person, but it is there for me. It's like, dang, it does suck because I used to really like this guy, and I still do. I still respect him, but I think it's just still there. You think about that, I'm just like, damn.
That's
I
fair.
mean, everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a story though, and everyone
You
deserves a redemption story too. So I like that it's come full circle. That's why I was like, I'm not totally saying no. I'm just saying he opened my eyes, and because like I seen him at a show at SummerSlam, and it made me. But then I'm like, in a certain way, he's like a born again Christian now. He's good, like, you know what I mean. But I was like, I don't know,
yeah.
weird or no, I don't know. I just think there's a stigma around him, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not too sure. He's not really one that I followed. The only thing I know about him was that he got basically paralyzed after, like, he went to sleep after doing some workout. He got paralyzed, and he's been working with DDP and DDP yoga and slowly getting his movement back.
Do you know the Miss Elizabeth whole tragedy with her?
Oh yeah,
He got her overdosed. He got her,
yeah.
a
Well,
lot
I
of
don't think
people
that was
think
fully
was,
proven, was it? I don't think it was.
well,
I think it's
they were
still
both
allegedly.
getting high.
Yeah.
They're both getting high, and she did a little too much, what sounds like. And people hold him responsible because she was never into that stuff until they were dating and all that. Uh, just, it's just, I
Well,
don't know.
I'm not. I mean, I look at it this way.
I
There's
wish I
people
didn't.
who
I
have
wish I
been
didn't look at him different.
there's people in the Hall of Fame that who've been proven to be completely racist and sexist and shit, and they're still in the Hall of Fame. So
Did Jimmy Snuka make it in? He's
yeah,
convicted
he's in it.
murderer, I think.
He's in it. I don't know if he's been removed. I mean, he was in it before everything came out about him, but I don't know if he's still in it. I haven't looked that up. I should, but I know Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan's still in
So,
it. Look at all the shit he's been in dealt with. You know what I mean?
dude, that is so manufactured. He is not racist. He
What do you
says just the same
mean?
he's saying talk anyone would say. You've not you have you been around people that just run their mouth a little bit? Like,
I'm one of them. But I
that's what
still
I'm
don't say.
saying.
But
Like,
I know there's still a line that I don't cross.
I
Have
yeah, I mean, what he got recorded again, I mean, it was never meant for public. Like when I'm from where I'm from, and I live with there's a lot of black people. I'm not racist, but yet if I'm with my people, I can talk a certain way and get away with it.
I
They're my
mean,
they're
if
my
you're around your
boys.
friends, that's all it matters.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like talking in private, I just hate that is his legacy now. You know, I don't really think he hates black.
Listen, I look at it the same
It's
way
just
I kind of look at Chris. Okay, I respect what he did for the business. I respect what he did in the ring. I respect what he put his body through for all of those years of
yeah,
entertainment. But just for what he did, not even like not even all like. Obviously, I don't agree with all the racial stuff that I've seen, the actual footage and everything. You can't deny it when it's there, right? When it's
yep,
there, it sucks that that's his person or what we'll judge him on now. But it 2025, it's gonna happen, you know. But
yep.
like the same with Chris Benoit, I respect everything he did for the business, but as a person, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I
I
don't
mean,
really have an opinion on Chris Benoit. I don't.
my opinion on Chris Benoit is slightly changing because evidence is coming out now that he might have had C. Didn't really
Yeah.
wasn't him. Does it turns you realize it?
Mhm.
So you know, I guess that's
Yeah.
not really a good comparison these days with things changing. But you get my point. You know, I respect what he
Yeah.
did for the business. You know, Andre the Giant, body slamming on a giant will always be talked about. And that's the thing. That will always get talked about regardless what Hulk Hogan does. And I say that
Yeah.
with all respect, much as I can have.
My issue with Hogan doesn't really stem from the racist stuff as more. You just hear he was kind of a bad, like not a good guy. He wasn't willing to put people over.
Yeah.
Wasn't a really. He was more. It was very selfish, all about himself.
His backstage
But
politics was bullshit.
yeah, I just he was probably a bully. I would
Well,
imagine.
he was a bully. I mean, there's been plenty of people from back in WCW days that's straight up said he's his star power to push everybody out. So he got everything, you know. And I mean, hell, dude, everybody points to the finger poke of doom, which he came up with. What put the final nail in WCW? So I can believe it.
That was the final nail in the coffin for me with Hogan. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll still support him. I got his beer in my fridge right now. Um, I
Good.
like him as the character. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I like him as the character, and but yeah, as a person, go fuck yourself.
But anyway, first side conversation. What a one to
Yeah.
start out with, huh?
Wow. I'll take
So
it. This is a wrestling channel, baby.
yep, hey, we're here, we're TWE. We talk wrestling entertainment, and that means everything. Don't just, you know. Anyway, something gets brought up, we're gonna talk about it. So the next match,
If you don't, I got 2 words for you.
oh shit. So Strowman and Solo Sikoa were next. They were having their third match now, I think. Close to it. Or was yeah, it has to
Yeah.
be their third, yeah. So and I don't think I think some things are cooking because Strowman gets ahead early, and goes for the train shoulder tackle he does on the outside, gets tripped into the stairs, followed by a hip attack against the barrier by Solo Sikoa. Strowman starts coming back until Solo hits a big kick, hits the senton, gets a 2 count. More mid kicks and headbutts, followed by a huge Samoan drop from Solo. That was actually impressive. I will give him
Yeah.
that. That was a big man for him to pick up and do that too. Um, So goes for another hip attack, runs into a big boot, followed by a crossbody from Strowman. Hits the shoulder attack on the outside, goes for a power slam, but gets countered. Strowman then hits the power slam, goes for the pin, but gets broken up by Tama Tonga, who jumps into the ring and causes the DQ. Strowman gets rid of him quickly, um, which brings out Jacob Fatu. Uh,
Ooh.
They both slowly enter the ring like monsters. Get in the ring and just go. Um.
That stare down though was intense.
Oh yeah. Well, Roman still has an issue with him, rightfully so. I
Yeah,
mean, you know.
so I liked how they did that, where they got in the ring at the same time because they both lock eyes like
Mm-hmm.
2 wild animals, and they slowly make their way.
No one
I
budging.
was I was popping for that actually. It was just a good.
I want to see him
It
go
was
at
just
it
a good.
again.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. We
Um,
did.
well, yeah, because they go at it. Fatu hits 2 super kicks. Strowman rolls outside. Fatu goes for a dive, but gets caught and slammed into the announcer's table. Doesn't affect them though. They brawl outside of the crowd. Fatu goes for a Samoan drop on a tech box, but gets chokeslammed through tables that beside it by Strowman. Strowman celebrating, but Fatu gets right back up. Honestly, the Solo Sokoa match during the actual match, the crowd was very silent, but once things started kicking after the DQ, they got really loud. I think we're gonna see like a last man standing or something. Strowman.
That would be good. I'm
WrestleMania,
digging
baby.
everything about. I'm digging everything about Jacob Fatu. All
oh,
gas, no brakes.
oh, yeah,
I
oh,
love that dude.
dude, his promos have been
Yeah,
chef's
I
kiss.
love that. Yeah, he no sells all the. He
Yeah.
gets put through a table. Gets everyone's trying. They had bunch of officials out there, and doctors and trainers. Nope, Fatu gets right back up, and
He just
Strowman's
gets
like,
up. He just gets up
Strowman
like I don't
just
need
there.
y'all.
I didn't get like a what the hell from Strowman, but it was like come get some more then,
Hmm.
like
I mean, you can tell he was a little
obviously
shaken, but yeah.
obviously Jacob's gonna be going over in this feud. I mean,
Oh yeah.
but it's believable for me like to get behind him as the baby face. But Jacob, I just love he's not really the crowd's starting to cheer for him. You were hearing Fatu.
Oh yeah.
We're hearing a lot
100%.
of Fatus.
Oh yeah.
So he's definitely getting over.
Oh yeah.
If
Oh,
I'm
he's been
liking him
over.
as much as I'm getting, trust my instinct. When
You-
I I feel like I
I feel like he
just
could get the belt this year.
yeah, I feel like he's getting over. I'm like just kind
Mm.
of how I did with LA Knight at the beginning. Like I started just saying his catchphrases out of the blue. Next thing you know, he's viral. Like 2 weeks later,
Hmm.
I'm like, dude, I was digging this guy. That's a can't wait till we get into that.
I mean,
LA Knight.
LA Knight
Yeah.
heavily inspired a lot of my like. If anybody's watched my streams,
I just realized what you were wearing. I like it.
yeah, there's a
Yeah.
reason. There's a reason.
Oh, I was wondering if that was his.
It's
Did you
like
get
as if
that at
his shirt with
Raw?
a vest, huh? Nah, I got that off of WWE Shop. I asked for it for
That's
Christmas.
tight.
Basically, I
Yeah.
asked for it for
Good
Christmas,
job to
and
your wife. Ah,
yeah, she's actually the one who picked us
Shout
out.
out the shout out the wife for hooking you up, dog.
So I was
Someone's
looking
got
for
to
my
make
big
you look
glasses.
good.
I had these like purple glasses that like I usually wear with this, and it's like my whole like LA Knight character that I make like TikToks with and shit. I was gonna wear all of it, but I couldn't find my glasses.
Son hides all of the cool stuff. I was because they're all his, but I was gonna wear the Yeet glasses today, but I can't find them. He don't like me touching stuff.
um,
Ridiculous. Takes my money, but I can't touch it.
that's crazy. So after all that's all done, LA Knight is interviewed, says he's gonna take back his US title tonight. So we have the US title
Yeah.
match later. Yeah. But before that, we have Chelsea Green versus Mi Chin in a street fight for the US title. Where the hell did
Woo!
this come from? I didn't even
I
know
don't
this was
know, but you
happening.
can put Legion on my screen all day. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She can back there.
Dude, when I was gonna say before she did that cannonball, I was like, God damn. Anyway,
Ooh, I love me some Michin, bro.
so
Not gonna lie.
by the way, Chelsea Green dressed as Cactus Jack. It was funny as
I was
hell.
digging that.
Th-
That was awesome
That
because
was
she was
awesome.
freaking out about the match.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be.
Didn't want
And
to be
here
in it, but
she's
she's
dressed
got
up
this
as the legendary.
as the hardcore legend. Yeah. Well, like the
It's
shirt
popping.
was like the yellow Cactus Jack shirt, but it was her silhouette on it, and then the
Yeah,
smaller vest, cam or not camel, what do they call that? Checkered vest,
yeah.
and then like she
Figure-
had the pants, but it said green instead of cactus. Like that was so good.
I was popping. I liked
I
it.
popped for that, and then Meechin with her Philadelphia Eagles. I didn't know
Yep.
she was trained to Philadelphia in the old ECW arena. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So
I
that was
did it.
pretty cool. Something to learn. Um,
Yep.
so they go at it instantly. Meechin hits Green with a cookie sheet. He then pulls out a crowbar, which never gets used. So why even bring it? Um, he brings out some chains too. Also don't get used. Spoiler alert. Don't even know why you brought them. Meechin goes in the ring and gets hit by a chair. Chin counters and hits a drop toe hold on Green with onto the chair. Meechin Meechin apparently got hungry and started eating Chelsea Green's hand. Get kick out of the biting spots. Chin starts dragging out a table, but Green hits a zigzag and pushes the table back in. The crowd boos. They are not happy about that because it's Philadelphia crowd, and what do Philadelphia crowds love? Tables. I mean
Yeah.
ECW, like that's the home of it. So of course they love tables. Chelsea Green grabs a rope and ties Meechin's hands together and starts whipping her around the ring, including then outside into the barricade, into the apron. Does a really bad looking hanging spot. Meechin finally comes back, pulling Green into the turnbuckle pole, followed by an fire extinguisher spot. Meechin goes for a table again, but Piper Niven interferes. Green then hits a coast to coast onto Meechin and gets a 2 count. Fab then comes out of nowhere and chases Piper away. Meechin then gets a kendo stick shots and hits the cannonball with a trash can. Meechin finally grabs the table. Green hits a bulldog, sets up the table, goes to set Chin on it, but gets hit with the eat the feet. He falls on the table or rolls onto the table. Chin then hits a senton bomb through the table, goes for the pin, but Green gets pulled out by a secret person who is revealed to be Alba Fire. Alba Fire hits a Canadian destroyer and stacks the chair on a stack of chairs, then rolls Green in. Green goes for the pin and gets the 1-2-3 and still your U.S. champion, Chelsea Green. Great match, in my opinion. Like, I'm sure
Yeah.
my
Great.
explaining doesn't do it justice, but I think it was a great match. Definitely go check it out.
Yeah, great match. It was a great time for me personally to have a title change. What I've been telling everybody. I want some,
You don't get a
so I was
shot.
like, this
Don't get any
I
more
didn't
shots.
I you got the United States Championship match coming up later in the evening. I'm not really thinking LA is gonna win it. So I'm thinking, all right, the way this match is going, and I like Meechin, so I was really thinking she might steal this one. I'm like, who the F is Abba Baba? I don't even know this chick. I'm like, where does she fit in all this? So I was a little irritated with the outcome, but I'm sure that chick was in the running for that title. Was she in the Abba Fire? Was she in
I know
the
of. She was
tournament?
part of that
Then where did
tag
she
team that
go?
got split because she was part with Isla Dawn. They were
Yeah,
the tag team champions
I
for a
don't even.
minute, and then
It
they
was
let
just
go of
kind
Isla
of.
Dawn, and they kept Alba Fire. And I guess for this reason, I don't really.
I wouldn't say I'm a either. I mean, I watch this stuff. So I can't. I think a casual fan, they probably don't know really what the heck's going on. But
All right, I've just never been a fan of her.
yeah, let's see where it goes. I guess I know. I like the match though. The match itself, Chelsea Green, Meechin, they put on a show. Good
Mm-hmm.
match.
Um, real quick though, I completely skipped this, and I was confused. That's why I was a little confused earlier when I was talking about BFAB because this is the second time we saw BFAB was during this match. first time we saw B-Fab was that before the Strowman match, um, Charlotte Flair was being interviewed, and she was asked how come she ambushed Tiffany Stratton, and she said she didn't ambush Tiffany. She warned Tiffany she'll be wherever Tiffany is, and Tiffany didn't listen. And the women's division has gotten soft. B-Fab then showed up and says no one wants to be Charlotte Flair. And Flair basically rebuttal was, you know what? Everybody bows down to me. We'll have a match next week. So next week we're getting Charlotte Flair versus by
Yeah. Madison Square, is that the Mad or no, where are they at? In Australia, I think.
huh?
There's a big show coming up, for SmackDown, like, across the pond.
Yeah, I think that's next
Like, it's
week.
yeah,
I think that
so
starts
that's
next week
cool.
because they're doing a whole European tour, like WrestleMania. I think that's like next.
Yeah,
I think it starts next week.
good.
But so after the Chelsea Green match, we go in the back and Del Fantasma are all talking to each other. So you got Los Garzas and then tag team and what's his? I want to keep calling him Santana Escobar, right? I think that's his name.
Yeah. Yeah, Escobar.
Um,
Yep.
so basically, Escobar's like things need to change, and this time I'm not asking, I'm demanding. Which after he walks away, and I can't remember which one of the Los Garzas guys he talked to, which one's which name, but Andrade comes in and talks to one of them and says, "Why does he take that?" And they better. So I don't know if he means that whole tag team without Santos, whoops, or if he just means that certain guy. I think it's Humberto.
Yeah.
I apologize if I am, but um, so interested to see what that happens.
Me too. I like that tag team.
It is a good. I think that's kind of who I wanted to win because I think Los Garza is actually a really good tag team. They kind of remind me of a
Yeah,
young Eddie and Chavo Guerrero.
yeah, I like them a lot. They're good. Every match they've been in, I've been happy to watch it. It's been good and impressed. That's what I was looking for.
Same. So after that, they recap the whole thing that happened at the end of the Elimination Chamber. If you don't know by now, that you haven't heard the word, I'm sure everybody's heard the word, but John Cena's heel. We all know this. Cody Rhodes comes out after the vignette, has a huge shiner on his eye. Holy shit! Like I heard. Damn it, I'm trying not to cuss. But like holy cow! Like I heard that he got hit for real, but wow, he must have really got hit for real. Like unless that's a
Yeah.
really really good makeup job because that was as soon as I seen his
No,
eye, I was like, whew, you know.
Homeboy's taking a lot of heat right now.
Mm-hmm.
Guy that hit the rapper.
Oh
Sounds
yeah.
like he went into business for himself too. I don't think he was supposed to do that. I don't
Uh,
think he was supposed to do that. It
no,
sounds
no.
like
So from what I was hearing was that when he was getting ready to do it, Cody was like, get me good," and
oh,
he misunderstood as get me shoot wise. He went, oh okay, I had to. He wants me to really hit him. So it wasn't that he went to business
yeah.
himself. It was a misunderstanding. He's new. He's new. Yeah,
As long as Cody, yeah, you didn't see Cody. Oh, that sells it for Cody more.
I think
See
so too.
that part of that's why I'm so pissed about this. I'll let you finish telling the segment, but
All right.
it's set up to be great.
Well,
Cody with the
let me
with
get
the
through this
eye.
setup and then we'll discuss. Cody Rhodes comes out, has a
I'm
huge
gonna,
shiner on his left eye. Says he ran into a wall designed by the Rock, is what he's telling his daughter. Travis Scott and John Cena. Crowd boos. Says Cena gave up. I thought that was really good. Says the guy who's always said never give up, gave up. Um, says he's ready. Says he's ready. Reminisces about WrestleMania 40 and what Cena said to him. and that the title get heavier every day, and he will hold this title high at WrestleMania. And clearly, John Cena wants some, so come get some. I liked how he ended it.
That's what that's
Going
what
for
we
it.
got from our WWE champion. That's what we got. The guy that told The Rock to go fuck himself. We get a pussified version of Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. I mean, where is the badass? Where's the fire? Where's the you want some come, get in the mic. You should be angry. You should like this is the biggest heel turn ever. Where is the fire? Where's the emotion? Where is the promo that you told The Rock before last year's WrestleMania? I go look up that promo where he told the Rock to go talking about his little balls and stuff, or he would. I
Forgot
can't
about
remember
that.
that. Yeah, where was that, Cody Rhodes? Come on, man, that was weak sauce. The very end was okay. The clearly you want some. No, that was the only fire he showed in that. To me, it was more. What do I tell my daughter that look like? And no, I mean, get to the point. These assholes need to pay now. Like, let's get an edgier. Like, this should be an edgier person now. You just broke a barrier. I've never heard the F word drop ever in professional wrestling. Like, come
Uncensored at
on now.
that
You're
too.
the American Nightmare now. Let's do this. Let's go kick some butt. I wanted to be behind him. I thought this heel turn was so awesome. I said Cody's going to be the biggest. I didn't think he capitalized on it at all. That was the crowd that he won the championship in front of everything. I didn't think the crowd was that. I don't know. Me personally, that's how I felt. I wanted a badass Cody Rhodes to come out, and
So
I got a watered down Cody Rhodes.
I think I got a rebuttal for you. I think I know what they're going.
Let me talk. Let me
Let me
hear it.
talk to you. So
Yeah, talk to me.
I think he was still processing through the speech, right? You have somebody and like talking about how he's like, what does he say to his daughter and everything, right? Think about it. If you have like a real good friend who I mean, you have a son, correct? So let's just
Yeah.
say, somebody he's grown up around, knowing, friend of the family, almost basically family,
Yep.
right? Which Cody said Cena
Yep.
was in many interviews, right? So,
Uh,
and then you're that person beats the living crap out of you, leaves you marked, right? Do you really think you could go and I don't know how old your son is. I don't know how old his daughter is. I assume she's very young. So let's just go with very young, right? Let's say like 5, 6 years old enough to understand words, right?
mhm.
So you know somebody she knows who comes over, hangs out with you, hangs out with her, or in your case, your son, whatever, knows. Are you gonna be able to just be like, what happened to your eye? Oh yeah, that guy that's come over all the time. RTs that come over all the time. He did this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That probably messed with their mind being so young. So he probably doesn't, want to tell her what happened. So it kind of makes. I think that's why the whole child thing was going, and he was using that because like it's also explaining he's still trying to process what happened as well. Because no one would think John Cena would do that. He didn't think that.
But
And then
Cody, we've
also,
been.
hold on, no, me and finish. So so then that he also brought up about how um, fuck, I already lost my train of thought. Go ahead, man. Let me think again.
Screwed you up. My bad.
I was on a roll,
I
man.
can't remember what I was gonna say either. I was just gonna say, like his past feuds lately, when he gets beat up or messed up, he comes back with a vengeance the next week. Like he's been irate, like with the Kevin Owens thing when he got, you know,
But that's a whole different character though, because Kevin Owens is known to do that. So it's like when he betrays a friend, like yeah, well that was most likely going to happen anyway due to his own track record. Cena's never done it, so it's a lot bigger impact on him mentally, let alone the
I
physical. The way I look at it.
I get. I was
We
just
can agree to
expecting that.
disagree, man. It's all good,
But I,
man.
I
Nobody
get
gonna
I
fight.
get where you're coming from. I get it. It's just I. Oh yeah,
And then it
long
finally
long
kicked
story.
in, and
Long
that's when
story.
we started seeing the fire at the end. It started finally kicking in because he was still processing it and thinking. And I think
Yeah,
next week we'll see a lot more fired up version.
I think Cena should have been there personally. I think
I agree.
not. I don't know. I just think you gotta be there for that. But I know some people might like it. You know, a little bit of a cliffhanger.
Hmm. Well, I
Last
think
time
like
we
this
see
week,
Cena was a mic drop.
I think this week, maybe even like leading up to tomorrow. I think we're gonna just basically hear a lot of the big guys' thoughts on it. Like we heard the Miz's, we heard, which I think is funny. Everybody was like, "Oh, we warned you." Every heel, "Oh, we warned you." Like is now saying that they were right, being validated basically. But anyway, I think we're gonna hear a lot of these like backstage moments of like, what do you think about John Cena? Has anybody asked you, whatever? And then when he gets there, that's when the big stuff is gonna. I think next Friday he might not be there again, but I think we'll see a more fired up Cody that goes on him. That he shows up the following Friday, maybe even Monday. Who
Hmm.
knows? But they're both kind of bleeding in both shows because Cody was on Raw and then on SmackDown, then on Raw. Brock was on Raw
Yeah,
and on SmackDown. So who knows what show those? But I think it's gonna get cooking. You can't let it drag too
yeah.
much. It's not that far. WrestleMania is not that far away. If you think, gotta get it cooking.
No.
So also, I think we're gonna. I think they're probably making new.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they're probably making.
Think about that.
What?
Yeah. No more.
What if he like?
Yeah.
What if he just uses like the Rock's beat rap over it as like a sample? It's like the Rock's beat.
That'd be dope.
I want
He's gonna come
Thugonomics.
out all corporate. Oh, that's a goated character right there. I'll
Um,
always remember Wolf Life.
always had like a
Life.
package of nuts in his pocket, just and you could choke on. um.
Him and Stephanie McMahon will live rent free in my head forever.
Oh. Let me think about it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody would.
Hell yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
um.
If you
We go into the
you know.
back. We go back to Ald. Uh, Nick Aldis's office where we see Mello and Miz talking. Miz saying I was just saying it earlier. He warned everybody about John Cena, blah blah blah. And then Mello talks about how Orton also came back. He thinks he can get whatever he wants when he just stayed at home playing Fortnite. Orton shows up and says, "Fortnite, that's for kids. I play Elden Ring." I was like, hell
I
yeah.
popped. I popped. That
I
was
wonder if he
cool.
likes the new DLC. I kind of want to ask
Yeah.
him. I wish I could get an interview and ask him. That'd be awesome. You like the DLC of him?
Oh yeah.
But after that, so we find out because of that, Randy Orton will face Mello next week. SmackDown's looking pretty good next week as well. Like just the matches
Yeah.
that they've already announced. I'm kind of
Yeah.
looking forward to next week. I will say the announcing the next week's show has been a lot better in the past year than other. You know what I mean? Because usually
Yeah.
because for a long time there, they'll just be like, "Hey, screw you, man. Hey, screw you." Nothing happens, and then next thing you know, you'd find out on like Instagram, "Oh, they're gonna have a match." Well, how am I gonna get
Yeah.
excited when I rarely go to Instagram? So be actually doing it on television on the show, like, hey, you can go next week. Yeah, all right, cool. Makes me go, yeah, I want to see that. So
Yeah.
I give WWE props for better with that.
Oh yeah.
So after that we have Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso just goes straight after Drew. Drew intercepts though, or goes straight after Drew, gets Drew McIntyre outside. Jimmy goes for a dive but gets intercepted by Drew. Jimmy gets the advantage back though with some super kicks. Drew then oh, my phone shut off. Sucker. Give me my notes. Uh Takes advantage, super kicks Drew, then a cross body over the announce desk. Jimmy goes for a dive and gets countered with the Glasgow kiss, followed by being hung up in the ropes. Jimmy comes back though with an Uso combo, the couple punches with the dance, followed by a Samoan drop, pins, gets a 2. Jimmy hits the running hip attack, goes for the splash, but gets countered. Almost gets superplex, but Uso gets out of it, hits a super kick, gets a 2. Goes for the splash again, misses, and Drew hits the Claymore. That Claymore was devastating too. And Drew gets the
Awesome.
win. Yeah, that Claymore, he spun. He knocked him out of shoes. And I was wrong earlier. I forgot about this until I was reading my notes. We did see Damian Priest again. He did show back up and attack Drew McIntyre. So I apologize for earlier. From behind, gets revenge, says, I'm going to kill you on sight every week. Hits a sidekick, and security finally breaks him up. Like, he's going to kill him every
That
week.
was good. Yeah. I dug that. So that's gonna start picking up here. So I like that feud.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the night, like I said, wasn't really behind it, but you know,
Yeah,
it's-
I think that would be that. I mean, let's be real. What's that match? Big men slap meat. That's what that is. Big meaty.
yeah, I want to see. I want to see that in a cage or something.
That'd be cool. I think build to it.
Mm.
Have a match that does, like a double count out or something. Have a funky
Yeah.
end like that, and then build it up for a cage. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be dope, actually. Shinsuke
Mm-hmm.
Nakamura gets a little vignette where he's talking about how he's gonna successfully retain his title and everything else. We go right into it. LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back and forth to start with. Shinsuke rolls out and LA follows. Shinsuke catches him with a kick and a knee strike on the apron. Hits the sliding German suplex. LA Knight gets the upper hand with a boot in the corner with a bulldog and a baseball slide. When we come back from commercial, Shinsuke takes the advantage, pulling Knight off the top rope. Back to the outside, Knight gets advantage, bouncing Shin's face off the table over and over and over again. But Shinsuke throws him into the steps shortly after and regains control. Back in the ring, Shinsuke hits a knee drop, covers, and gets a 2. LA Knight comes back with his neck breaker, followed by a power slam elbow combo, and gets a 2 count. Hate when my phone shuts itself off because then I gotta scroll all the way back down. But yeah, it gets 2 count. Shinsuke counters and gets Knight on the top rope for a huge back suplex, which I think he was going for the one where he flips him completely face. But I think something got mixed up because that landing wasn't perfect. It didn't look quite like a back suplex. Also didn't look. At least it didn't land on his head. He was cool. So Shinsuke sets up for the Kinshasa, but LA Knight counters with a clothesline. Finally hits a big suplex from the top rope. Hits his elbow, goes for the BFT. Shinsuke escapes. Shinsuke then grabs a chair, goes for the shot. LA Knight catches it and almost uses it himself, but then he realizes because the ref's telling him you can't win the title that way. So he puts it down. Shinsuke hits a spinning back elbow, rolls it Knight into the ring, goes to hit Knight with the chair. He brought it in with him. Again, the ref takes it away. Shinsuke goes to miss LA Knight, but misses and hits the ref's face instead. Knight rolls up Shinsuke, but the ref's blind, so he can't make the count. Shinsuke hits the spinning kick and a Scorpio Rising kick. Shinsuke grabs the chair. LA Knight kicks it away, hits the BFT onto the chair. A ref runs in. 1, 2, 3. Your new and two-time U.S. champion, LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts. Love this match.
Oh man, I'm 2 for 2 since I said I wanted more titles to be switched.
Yeah,
So
Mister.
we
They
had
don't
a
switch titles on television. Ever since you
we
said
had
it,
a
they've
title
done it.
switch on Raw and SmackDown. Bravo. I got it. Props. So, didn't see that really coming. I loved it though. LA Knight is your two-time champ. Back in that back in the house at Philly. Yeah, dude, I'm ready for this second title reign, man. I want him to be pushed to the moon. Guy,
He's on. I guarantee you. Like yes, I'm an LA Knight fanboy. I've always liked LA Knight. I liked him when he was Eli Drake and TNA. But like Shinsuke's title reign sucked. He defended it like one time since he won it. That was it.
it's they, they yeah. They tried to make it yeah, they try his entrance and stuff's cool,
Entrance is
but
cool, and he could have been good champion. But how you gonna be a good champion when you're not on the shows? Number one, and when you are on the shows, you ain't doing anything.
yeah, it just
So it
yeah,
was just a
it
boring.
wasn't working.
Yeah,
Well, he had Shinsuke's always been to me a little bit
his
like he can
styles
perform.
he can perform, but his
Yeah,
style is an acquired taste.
that's and he just doesn't have the um his style is because he can't speak English too. Like he can't tell the story with his words. So he puts on great matches. His match quality is he's one of the best workers. I like his matches. They're very intense, high hitting,
Hmm.
uh hard hitting I meant to
I
say,
mean
but
that Scorpio kick that he did was really cool. I don't see him do those
Mhm.
often. The Scorpio Rising kick. You don't
But
do that
LA
pull that
Knight.
out often.
No, you don't. I think this pushes you ain't gonna see um we're not gonna see Shinsuke. I think he fades in the background and that might
Yeah.
have been his last little run, to be honest.
Oh man. I mean Triple H does like Shin.
He
Always has.
does.
Really, he's always been a big fan. So Triple H running it,
Mm,
you never know what could happen.
yeah.
Maybe he'll be used to be like, hey, I want you. Our newer talent is ready, like main roster ready. You know, they will bring some NXT guys. I know you can. You know, we'll put you on Raw with NXT person.
But
Just
how yeah, but Shinsuke's gotta put these guys over. So that means he's probably gotta lose, and with his new character, it
not
doesn't work.
necessarily.
You know what I mean? Like
There's people who can get
he
over while
can't
losing at the same time.
he came in and took the belt off of I didn't see him taking the belt from um LA Knight so quickly. But you know what? I want to see shorter title reigns. Am I am a proponent of changing the game a little bit. You know, all right, you win a title, it doesn't mean you get it for 6 months. You know what? Let's keep it interesting and on any given Monday or Friday, just like what happened to Rhea, you get distracted, boom, you lose your spot. That was cool. Never would have thought that. That Rhea match really threw me off.
That
But good,
Rhea match showed
good.
happened in LA Night match.
Yeah.
Really reinforced that ain't happen. It and wrestling ain't happen. Like
Yep.
we can sit here and go, "Oh, they're set to their ways," but then it might flick at that moment. As we obviously see.
Yep.
But yeah,
Good
man.
show
All in
though.
all, I think
It
it was
was.
a good show. I still think I say great show. I'll say great show. The hardcore match was really good.
Great show.
The U.S. title match was really good. I enjoyed the Cody thing. I don't know you much, but that's the thing about wrestling. It's subjective, right? Some things we like, some things we don't. All good in the hood.
Cody's a wuss.
Damn.
Cody's a wuss. Cody's a wuss. The Rock is gonna whoop his ass. John Cena is gonna whoop his ass, and I'm gonna laugh at you
At me.
because Cody Rhodes. I want unless he can. He's gonna have to show me something now. He had me over for him when he told The Rock to F off. If we get that edgier Cody Rhodes back, you're gonna see me on here singing his praises.
I think we will.
That,
I think it's gonna build.
what I got, but I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. The shock value, the like swallowing that pill pretty much on national TV.
Just got
Yeah, I
embarrassed
guess
by
he's
in front of millions of people.
he did sell that well. He did sell the long-term storytelling of this. So maybe I'm just used to. Maybe I just don't know how to be patient, let things resonate. I was just ready for Cody to be madder than a hornet, but no, he was got betrayed by one of his, the company man,
Yep.
the guy he's inspiring to be. We've always he's definitely Cody's is John Cena's replacement for sure.
There have been kids that literally were born when Cena started, that probably grew up watching, idolized Cena, and had their hearts break. I've seen a lot of Doc's reels of. I saw one where this one parent was like, Cena, we need to talk. I spent $200 on Christmas presents of Cena merchandise for my kid. And now what you did, he done throw it away. You owe me $200 motherfucking dollars.
But my son normally acts like that. He hasn't yet, though. He's like, maybe he's finally getting the business a little bit now that he's 10. Understands what they're doing a little bit. Man, he used to be so emotional. I got so many good videos of him having meltdowns when Roman